Okay, so this is my iPad, and I'm going to start by talking about a few iPad apps that I have that you might want to use. All right, so I have some other ones on how to use it on my site, and I'm making a blog there with all the videos and demos I've made for iPads. And there are a couple useful ones on this page, and one is Quick Flip. So it's very simple, it's very easy to use, and you open up your photo, and if you have something you want to go the other direction, because it's nearly impossible to look at something and draw it backwards, so this will allow you to look at it the right way. So you open up your photo and swipe up to flip, or left to mirror, or right to mirror, or down to flip. Very simple, a very easy one, and I definitely would recommend the Quick Flip for that reason. The next one is the same reason to get it, and it's image size. And some of you have already had image size issues on Blackboard. So as you see, you can open up any photo, and then you can change the height and the width and make it smaller. It'll give you the inches and the size, and you can just change it and open it from this. So on your phone, if you're having any issues with your images and handing in things with problems, that's one to put on your screen. The next four are zombie makers and funny pictures made with old pictures. I use this to start with students a lot. You can find a masterpiece. I can skip out of this in a second. You can find a masterpiece, and it's not letting me skip yet. There it is. That you like, and put your face of one of your photographs in it. We used to appropriate paintings in Photoshop, and I would have them take a photo with their person going the right direction, and then they move their face and appropriate it in. And this will allow you to put your photo in. You just want to make sure if it's going left or if it's going right, that your photo is going the same direction. And then you can start with it in that, and then take and use your piece in another app if you need to, or have it finished with this. So the zombie ones, they're doing the same thing, that you use their parts and make a zombie. All right, the next four are ones that I really like, and that's the Animate Anything. I use quite a lot. Hopefully it will open. And you can literally take any photograph, any painting you make, and make its eyes and its mouth move. It's not opening on the screen. There it goes. Oh, okay, and you can record your voice to go with it. So when I have singing dogs or talking videos, this is the app that I use. So literally, you open up a photograph, and you can put the mouth in and make the mouth move. See if I can get this in the right place. All right, so that's with the smile. All right, so now it's already animating his face and its mouth, because I put the mouth there. And when you're speaking, then the mouth will move, the eyes will move. So you can make anything move and talk and have it do it. So it's a fun app, and I definitely would recommend it. The Animate Me is really similar to that, but it makes a bobblehead instead. I love Worble. Worble will add things like sun rays and rain and hearts and all kinds of fun things like that. It has free areas. Some of it's free, and then if you want anything really cool like Jedi Thunder or something like that, then you can buy those filters. I think I bought everything on this app for about $8 or $9, and I bought most of the filters that I would use. So it isn't a bad one to add animation to your photo. All right, the next section are all photo filters like you would have in Photoshop, and each one of them do something a little bit different, from 100fx to CDIF. And these are all my pop art ones, so that if you're really interested into pop art, that Pop Comic Book Live, all of those, Popograph, they'll let you do pop art. So I will go back and play with some of these on my website, and then you can look at them. These are my favorite apps. If you were going to get anything, I would definitely recommend the ones that are on this page. And Sketch Guru, I'm not sure you can get, but so I won't go over it because I think I have it because it's so old. But Sketch Me is something really similar. That's why I put it out there. And you can open up a photograph and it will look like you drew it in pencil. So it's kind of a fun app to have. I love Stackables. It's like having layers in Photoshop, and you can change and adjust the different layers. So it's a good direction to go to. So you might consider the Stackables one. Fragment costs. I think Stackables costs too. All right, so you can use any photo that you want, and it will cut it up and add frames and add different things like that to it. All right, so there is a beginning. There are some things with Fragment that come with it. Again, this is an app that I've probably bought more things with it. That I have it because it does very cool fracturing things to your images, and I usually use it for abstracts that I've already fractured and do things with. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for most things unless you're going to add the framing in. And here's one with a frame, which is kind of cool. So you can go in and out, add brightness and darkness to your frame. You can add color to your frame. You can add an outline to your frame. There's just a lot that you can do with that one. So it is a favorite one. Okay, and Matter does the same thing with 3D. So those are more abstraction apps. But everyone should have Pixel-O-Matic. And Pixel-O-Matic is free. It works both on iPhone or Android, iPad. It's just a general app. And it is very cool because you can then change colors of your photograph, or if you're using your drawings and you're playing with your drawings, it'll do a lot of different things and let you immediately go from one to another by changing color. It also will let you add some fun filters like bokehs and things like that in it, and a frame. And a frame is always nice to have on a work. depending on what you're looking at. On a person's face, maybe not so much, but I came in here with this one, and then I changed colors with it. There's black and white. And I do some of the things that are on this with it. It starts getting to be way more interesting and as a totally different feel to the original piece. So, and then you can save, all of it has a similar save. So that's one that I definitely recommend to everybody. PopsyColor is another one that I recommend to everybody, and I will go through this list. And you can open up your photo and simply change the color fairly easy. So here is the one that I just had up there. And it's a nice little watercolor. Okay, now I can change it to green or blue or purple. And you can actually have two colors going at the same time. At the bottom, you can choose one color, and at the top, you can choose another. And so it's got a nice color filter, change direction to play with if you're working with design or drawing. So that one I don't believe cost me anything, but it is really a good fun one to play with. All right, and the next ones that I'm going to show you out of this list are on style. And one is Artisto and the other one is Picasso. And I can't remember paying for these, so I don't think that I did. But let's see. Let's go back to just one of these. All right, and so this is a fairy house that I have run through in one of the apps, and I love playing with multiple apps because nothing looks the same from one app to another. So if I choose this first filter, it's really brightly colored filter, then it has a more of a abstract pop art feel to it. And then I can save and use filters over and over again. And I think that's really part of the fun of using these apps, is that it'll let you play with color, it will let you play with shape. So that one I would definitely recommend. Picasso, I don't think costs anything either, but it is similar, that it allow you to play with your images. Okay, and I'm going to use magic. And then again, I can choose a style from an artist. All right, so you're getting a style. We've all been playing with style with painting. This particular app will let you can figure out which style you're more interested in doing it, and then save in it. Here's one like Impressionist. We did Impressionist this week. Here's another Impressionist. There's abstraction. Here's Condensy, Wassel Condensy. So it just depends on what you're going to do with your piece. And I also like this, that it shows you what it would look like. And I think you can actually print them. All right, so all of those that are on this screen are good apps to play with, and I have most of them, videos on using most of those already. These are all fun play type apps that we're looking at here. I even have some that are fonts, so that if you're making something with fonts, that works. All right, these are my drawing apps, and I'll take some time to come back and talk about it. You can see I have some of the same things I have on my computer. The free go-to app for everybody is this one. This is Autodesk Sketchbook, and it has layers. It allows you to draw within layers. It opened up here. I'm going to wait a second and hopefully it will open. Hopefully I can come back and show you the drawing apps. Let's put paper behind this one. Okay, so you can see that I am drawing on this. I have some transparency, some layers of things to go with that I'm actually using it to draw with. And I've got Procreate. I'll come back and show you Procreate. I got Photoshop. Photoshop will work really well if you save something to the cloud on your computer and you come back and draw on it with your iPad, but it is not the optimal app for actually doing work and drawing on it. The one that has been recommended, and I agree, is Affinity. And Affinity has super tools for iPad. It has wonderful how-to-do tutorials, so it shows you how to use all the tools online. It's just really a great app, and it's easy to use, so I definitely recommend it. These are all Adobe apps that I have on this next page that are coming up. That most of these I got when I didn't have to pay anything for that, and then now I have an Adobe account, but most of these will do something that Photoshop does, so that without having to have the full Photoshop. I mean, we have Adobe Draw, which is a vector app, so I'll come back and show you some of those as time goes on. And then these are my more entertainment play apps. You can throw your own pot, you can carve your own piece of wood, you can heat your own piece of glass, you can do fragmented pieces, and then play games to do that. I've got a number of different apps that'll do things like this, and you touch the screen and it will save it, and then you can save the piece where it is, and you can play with it. I've got Easy Sculpt. You can bring in a sculpture, and then you tap on this big block. And if you're interested in trying to do some three-dimensional pieces, this one will allow you to carve in it and work on it. So I thought this was a lot of fun because you just tap to do that. I even have some things on anatomy and shading that will help with drawing. So those are just a few overview of my iPad apps, and hopefully you will be interested in trying some of them if you have an iPhone or an iPad, because these will work on iPhone and iPad. So I'm doing this video here. Look for them on my page of different videos where I've already played with them. All right, that will be it. Have fun